All right, welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever looked at a construction company and wondered, how do they keep winning all the good jobs? Well, today we're digging into that exact question. We're going to break down the blueprint for successful bidding, pulling everything straight from Chapter 7 of Nick Ganaway's Construction Business Management. I mean, that's the big question, right? It's the core challenge for every single contractor out there. And the answer? It's all about mastering the art and the science of the bid. It might seem intimidating, but trust me, it is absolutely a game you can learn to play and win. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with getting all your legal ducks in a row. Then we'll shift into the right mindset. After that, we'll become on-site detectives. And finally, wrap it all up into a proposal that can't be ignored. Oh, and we'll also look at a huge trap you need to avoid.
All right, first things first. Before you even dream of crunching numbers or thinking about profit margins, you have to be legally allowed to even be in the game. This isn't just paperwork. This is the absolute bedrock of your entire bidding process.
Look, these aren't just suggestions. They're your non-negotiable ticket to play. In any state you want to work, these are must-haves. And here's the kicker that catches so many people out. In some places, the simple act of submitting a bid means you already have to be registered. You can't wait until you win.
Now, let's talk about one of your absolute best friends in this business, the mechanic's lien. This is the legal tool that makes sure you get paid for the work you do. But, and this is a big but, the rules are wildly different from state to state. Some states actually require you to notify the owner before you even start working, just to keep your lien rights.
So why am I harping on this? Because doing this homework up front protects your single most fundamental right as a contractor, the right to get paid. Ignoring these rules isn't just a small risk. It could literally mean you have no legal way to collect the money you're owed.
Okay, so you've got your legal foundation solid. The next piece of the puzzle is all about your mindset. You know, construction is built on optimism, the belief that you can build amazing things. But a winning bid? That's built on a heavy dose of realism.
And this quote from Nick Ganaway just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that tension. You have to be optimistic enough to believe you can crush the job, but realistic enough to price it for what's actually going to happen, not what you hope happens.
This means your bid has to live in the real world, not some fantasy land where it's always sunny and materials show up on time. You've got to plan for the rain delays, for the long holiday weekend, for that inevitable supply chain hiccup. Bidding for a perfect world scenario is the fastest way to kill your profit margin.
Now this next part, this is where you really get your competitive edge. This is where you stop looking at paper and start walking the property. A thorough site inspection isn't just checking a box. It's where you find the opportunities and the risks that everyone else is going to miss.
You've got to be a detective here. Seriously, don't just give the site a quick glance from your truck. Your mission is to uncover every single clue that could possibly affect your time, your materials, and, you guessed it, your money.
So how do you do it? Well, there's a process. You start with the official docs, the survey, and then the plans. But the most critical step, by far, is walking that site yourself. See if what's on the paper matches the dirt. Is that elevation right? Is there a drainage issue nobody mentioned? And document everything. Photos are your proof. This way, you're bidding on reality.
All right, deep breath. You've done the legal stuff, you've got the right mindset, you've played detective on site. Now it's time to put all those pieces together into a professional, powerful proposal that screams, "Hire me."
A winning proposal needs to be so clear that there are zero questions left. The client knows exactly what they're getting, when they're getting it, and for how much. And pay close attention to clarifications and exclusions. That's where you protect yourself by being crystal clear about what is and what isn't included in your price.
And you got to remember, your bid is more than just a number. It's a promise. It's the very first impression a client gets of your entire company. A sloppy, vague proposal, it suggests sloppy work. But a sharp, detailed, professional proposal, that builds trust right from the start.
Okay, last thing, and this is a big one. I want to give you a heads up about a bidding trend that can be a real minefield, especially for contractors who care about quality.
So what's the deal with reverse auctions? Well, they totally flip the script. Instead of you competing on your skills, your value, and your experience, it becomes a real-time digital dogfight to see who can be the cheapest. It's a race to the bottom that just crushes profit margins and jacks up the risk for everyone. And here's the dirty little secret about these things. The contractor who wins the reverse auction, more often than not, it's the person who made the biggest mistake in their estimate. Ganaway's advice on this is pretty clear.
Unless you absolutely have to, just stay away. They undermine the whole idea of quality work for a fair price.
So let's wrap this up. When you get qualified the right way, when you bid with a healthy dose of realism, inspect every detail, and put together a professional proposal, you're not just bidding on jobs anymore. You're building a real, sustainable, profitable business. You've got the blueprint now. The only question left is, what are you going to build first?